getting back to the U.S. legally, there's really no route for her. There's no avenue for her. There's no application she can submit. There's no waiver she can submit. She missed DACA, the president's work permit program, by 4 months because she was 4 months too old, even though she came to the country when she was 14. I mean, this is a prime example of our failed immigration system. So I believe Guadalupe was taken into custody yesterday because of President Trump's new executive orders. About 10 days ago, we saw him announce the executive orders on immigration. The one that got a lot of attention was the ban, the travel ban. What hasn't got a lot of attention is this one right here. As a result, as a direct result of the executive order, the priorities for deportation have been changed. People like Guadalupe are now a priority to be deported, and I believe that's what we saw yesterday.
Well, it brings to me a lot of disappointment. Like, no teenager should ever have to go through this. It's a nightmare having your mother taken away from you. The person who's always there for you, gone. Seeing her get taken away in a bunch of vans, like if she was like a huge criminal, like it's just the worst thing. It feels like a dream, but this is reality and we have to face it.
We don't deserve to go through this. No family should deserve to go through this, because really it's heartbreaking. No one should feel this much pain. No one should go through this much suffering.
Estar juntos allá donde es su hogar en Estados Unidos. Muchas gracias.
Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, double honor to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to you sincere laborers out there that's enduring and pushing this gospel in all sincerity and truth and honesty. All right, it's your brother Kanakala coming back at you again, GMS Tampa, GMS Rai. All right, and that video you just saw in the beginning of this clip was in direct effect of Donald Trump executive order that he passed on on immigration, and it's directly affecting these tribes, especially the so-called Mexicans, because in the beginning of Donald Trump campaign, he mentioned the Mexicans, so to say, and that was like his main what's the word I'm looking for? His main goal to pretty much build that wall to keep the illegals out, all right, to keep so-called Mexicans out. But as you see on the screen here, you see how what Mexico used to be before, all right? Mexico used to stretch all the way up to about Louisiana, all right? And you mean to tell me that the so-called white man, wants to keep Mexicans out of the United States and deport them, and then once they are deported, their children that are left behind go into foster care, all right? So this is so-called white man for you. He's the devil, all right? Scripture said, the thief coming not but to kill, steal, and destroy. All right, and this is what so-called white man has done. Okay, and you so-called Mexicans are the biblical Israelites of the Bible. All right, you're from the tribe of Issachar. All right, and I'm just gonna pretty much get into some scriptures real quick. I don't want to draw this video out too long. Get straight to the point. This is Genesis 49, verse, I'm going to start at 14. Issachar is a strong ass couching down between two burdens, all right? And Issachar mean he is higher, all right? Okay? And that was an omen, he is higher, because, these companies, they love they love to hire, you know, Mexicans, so to say, because Mexicans are very strong workers, all right? Mexicans are very, very hard workers, all right? They're known for their hard work ethic, so to say, okay? And, you know, they even work for the table. It's like they work under the table. And they will also, you know, work dirt cheap. You know what these average, you know, Americans won't work for. Like the minimum wage, they work for minimum wage and they work hard, you know. And if you want to get the understanding of how Issachar got the name, just go to Genesis 30 and start about 8. Matter of fact, it start about 15. All right. He is hired. It deals with omen nomen. Okay. And I'm going to go to 2 Samuel chapter 2 verse it's like it 2 Samuel chapter 16 verse 1. All right, it says Issachar is a strong ass. All right, and it's comparing Issachar to the donkey, because you know the donkeys, they are hard working animals. Okay, and I'm gonna bring out a scripture to prove that. All right, this is 2 Samuel 16 verse 1. And when David was a little past the top of the hill, behold, Ziba, the servant of Mephibosheth, met him with a couple of asses saddled. Okay, so she met David with a couple asses saddled, and upon them 200 loaves of bread. So these donkeys were carrying 200 loaves of bread, and 100 bunches of raisins, and 100 of summer fruits, and a bottle of wine. And the king said unto Ziba, what meanest thou by these? And Ziba said, the asses be for the king's household to ride on. All right, so not only that do they carry things, you also able to ride on them because they're strong workers, hard workers. And the bread and the summer, the fruit of the young man to eat, and the wine, that such as be faint in the wilderness may drink. Okay, so that's why the scriptures compared Issachar, the so-called Mexicans, to a strong ass. All right, and crouching down between two burdens. All right, that's in the middle of. If you look, it's pretty much in Central America. It's in between North America and in between South America. So that's what I mean by crouching down between two burdens. All right, this is Genesis. Go back in Genesis 49, and it reads, and he saw that rest was good. All right. And, you know, Issachar are you know, known for the something called siesta. All right. Siesta meaning 6 hour where they rest. All right. They stop what they're doing and they take a rest. All right. And that the land, it was pleasant. All right. And, you know, if you've ever been to Mexico, it's a beautiful land. And bowed his shoulder to bear and became a servant unto tribute. All right. And Issachar, like I said, they're the hardest workers, man. All right. They're the hardest servants on earth, all right? You so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, all right? The so-called white man is not your friend. He's your enemy, okay? And this is one, you know, particular tribe, you know, that I so happen to go to because of the current events that's happening today, all right? The so-called white man is coming down on the so-called Mexicans, all right? When, you know, when Mexico, the so-called Issacharites, it's like the Mexicans, they had a big part of the U.S., but now, you know, it's been reduced to what you see as Mexico today, all right? So you just see the difference, all right? Mexico was a lot more bigger than it is today, all right? Thanks to the so-called white man. Now he wants to keep, you know, Mexicans out of, you know, of America when, you know, the parts like Arizona, that was theirs, you know? California, all that was theirs, man, okay? Well, that, you know, I don't want to, you know, prolong this too long, but I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh Shemi Al Shai. Double honors to elder apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to you sincere laborers out there pushing this truth in all sincerity and faith and honesty. Shalom.
Habla una entrevista aquí con el muchacho para él. ¿Qué es ese güey?
Donald Trump. Pues hijo de su chingada madre que dice que somos unos rateros.
¿Cómo se gana
Mire, hijo de la chingada, cómo andamos hablando. Será las estacas. Cómo nos andamos pareciendo la madre aquí para sacar para tragar. Una otra cosa.
¿Cuáles son tus drogas?
Semana gano $1,100. El gobierno me quita 350 para darle de tragar. Tu bola de desempleados, drogadictos, güeyes. Acá los muchachos partiéndose la madre en el solazo.
¿A cómo estamos de caliente?
Estamos a 107 grados Fahrenheit. Ya está un poco menos, estábamos a 115. Vean los pobres muchachos allá. Miren nomás cómo están. Aquí en Elton también en chinga. ¿Cuáles violadores y criminales?
¿Cuál es la droga que usas?
La droga que uso es esta, la droga, hijo de tu chingada madre. Esta es la droga y con esto es lo que me empedo, cabrón.